Most of us see word processors as, well, just digital typewriters, a blank page for our thoughts. But what if I told you they're actually more like a command center for your biggest projects? In this explainer, we're going to completely flip how you look at your documents and turn them into the powerful tools they were always meant to be. So to get started, we have to ask a really basic question. It's one you probably think you already know the answer to. In today's world, what is a document, really? As you'll see, it's a lot more than just some words on a screen. So a modern document isn't just text. The key phrase here is formatted and processed electronically. And that electronic processing part, that's where all the power is hiding. It means we're not just writing anymore. We're actually structuring, designing, and collaborating from the second we start. Okay, to make this all feel real, let's give ourselves a mission. We've just been tasked with creating a big market trends report for a fictional company we'll call WorldCorp. Now, this isn't just some quick memo. It's a serious report. It needs a solid structure, a professional design, and input from a bunch of different people. This report is going to be our guide. And to build this report, we're going to look at the two heavyweights in the game. On one side, you've got Microsoft Word, the powerhouse, the industry standard packed with sophisticated features, and on the other, Google Docs, famous for being super user-friendly and built from the ground up for teamwork. All right, so here we are, a blank page for our WorldCorp report. Where on earth do we start? Well, you start with a strong foundation. This is all about getting the structure and readability right before we even think about writing the first full sentence. First choice, the font. Let's talk about serif fonts. You see them here. They've got these little lines, some people call them feet, on the ends of the letters. Turns out, for decades, printers figured out these little feet actually help guide our eyes along the page. That makes them a fantastic choice for big blocks of text, especially if you think the report will ever be printed out. And then you've got the opposite, sans serif. Sans just means without, so no little feet. This gives them a much cleaner, more modern vibe. They're perfect for digital screens and are absolutely fantastic for headings that need to pop off the page. So how do we actually put this into practice? It's simple, really. As this table shows, for our WorldCorp report, we're going to use a combination. A nice, readable serif font like Times New Roman for all the body paragraphs, and a clean, sharp sans serif like Arial for our main headings. Best of both worlds. Now, let's talk structure. This is how most of us start, right? We just type out our section titles, it's a flat list. It works, I guess, but it's not smart. The document itself has no idea that these are important sections. It just sees them as plain old text. But watch what happens when we use heading styles. By just telling the program that one line is a heading 1 and the next is a heading 2, we've instantly given the document a structure, a hierarchy. And just like that, we've laid the foundation for a truly smart document. The software now understands the report's outline, and trust me, that's going to unlock some amazing features for us down the road. Okay, our foundation is solid. Now it's time to focus on making a real impact. We're going to take our structured draft and give it a polished professional design that looks like it came right from the WorldCorp branding department. Want to know the secret to instant professional design? It's right here. Because we did the hard work earlier by coding our text with styles, we can now do something amazing. We go to the Design tab, we pick a theme, and with one single click, the entire document gets a set of beautiful, cohesive fonts and colors. No more formatting every heading by hand. It's magic. Here's another great tool for that professional touch, the watermark. It's basically just a faint image or some text that sits in the background on every single page. It is perfect for adding a company logo for branding, or, just as importantly, for controlling the document status. For example, our WorldCorp report has some sensitive info. By adding a confidential watermark, we are sending a clear message on every page. You could do the same thing with draft or for internal use only. It's such a simple but powerful signal to anyone who reads it. All right. Our report is structured, it's designed, it looks amazing, but the WorldCorp report isn't a solo mission. We need feedback from the whole team. And that brings us to what is often the most chaotic part of any big project, collaboration. And here's the problem we've all faced. You email your document to 5 different people. What do you get back? 5 different files with feedback hidden in emails, maybe some comments in a chat message, maybe some scribbled edits on a printed copy. It's a complete mess and a perfect recipe for missing crucial feedback. So, how do we fix this? Well, luckily, both Word and Docs have these brilliant built-in solutions. In Word, it's a feature called Track Changes. Over in Google Docs, it's called Suggesting Mode. They work in a very similar way, and they are the absolute key to keeping one single authoritative version of your document. I love this quote from our source material because it just perfectly explains the idea here. These tools were literally designed to feel like getting a paperback from your teacher, all marked up with a red pen. Every word you delete gets a strike through, every word you add shows up in a different color. It's so visual and so easy to understand. This all creates this beautifully clear 4-step review cycle. Step 1, you turn on the tracking feature. Step 2, your team jumps in and adds all their comments and edits right there in the one document. Step 3, you, the owner, go through every single suggestion one by one. And finally, step 4, you either accept or reject each change to lock in the final version. It takes all that chaos and turns it into a clean, controlled workflow. We are so close to the finish line, but I've saved one of the most powerful features for last. Think of it as your document's own personal time machine. It's your secret weapon against total disaster. Oh, we have all felt that heart-stopping panic. You hit the wrong key, and an entire critical page of the WorldsCorp report just vanishes. You mash the undo button, but it's too late. Is all of that work just gone forever? No, absolutely not. Both of these platforms have your back with something called version history. If you're saving your Word doc to OneDrive, it automatically keeps copies of the last 25 times you saved. And Google Docs, it takes it even further, saving a new version with almost every single little change you make automatically. You can literally scroll back through time and restore your document to how it looked yesterday or last week. It's incredible.
So there you have it. We've gone from thinking of this as a simple typewriter to seeing it as a true command center for structure, design, collaboration, and even disaster recovery. You now have the tools to manage not just words on a page, but entire complex projects. So the only question left to ask is, what story will your next document tell?